Hello YouTube, this is Carwork and today I am playing Goblin Keeper. Now if you look closely, it looks like a Facebook game. That's because it kinda is. You can kinda compare it to Farmville, for example, but it has more depth and complexity than Farmville does. Also, this game does involve strategy, which I'll explain later on. Alright, so these kinds of games were very popular back in the day. Well, I wouldn't say popular, it was strictly for the hardcore players, as it requires time and effort. Alright, if you have ever played a game called not Goblin Keeper, that's this game, Dungeon Keeper, then you will know what this game is about and how it works, because essentially they're the exact clone. Well, this game is the exact clone of Dungeon Keeper, not exact but nearly. Alright, here we have the den like in Dungeon Keeper, and this is where you attract creatures to do your bidding by making specific bets for them. Alright, let's go to the crafting section and show you what I mean by that. So this is one of the beds you can craft, and this is for the orc. And over here we have the warlock bed, which attracts warlock, and warlocks are very useful because over here we have the library, and this is where the warlocks hang out, and warlocks gives you research points, and research points is really important because you need them to get upgrades, and upgrades is how you progress in the game. And over here we have the mining area, and now if you look at this, yeah, when I click that, it gets wrapped into a parcel. This is done, as you can see, it's not automated, so this is done so that you cannot bot in this game. You have to be, you cannot AFK in the game. You have to be online. You have to check, per day, for example. So essentially, this game doesn't require much time for you to play. You just check, for example, 5 to 10 minutes per day, and that's how you progress in the game. Alright, over here we have the vault, and this is where you store your gold. And over here we have the storage, where you store everything else. Well, nearly everything else. You also need some different kind of store to later in the game to store elements, but that is not important right now. So over here, this is the entrance, and enemies, this here is the task system, and when you complete a task you get rewards, so that's how you progress in the game. Alright, okay, I just leveled up and I got few more rewards. Alright, anyways, back to this. So this here is the entrance, and when enemies attack you, they come from here, so obviously, and what enemies want are your resources, mainly the gold. So this is where they want to be. So that's why you need to structure your dungeon, so it takes some time to get here. Alright, for example, when the enemies come, they have to go all the way through here and through here and through here. And now going through here will be a problem for them, because this is where all the creatures hang out. And for example, the orcs and the warlocks. The orcs can attack and defend, and same for the warlocks, they can shoot spells. And from here, they can shoot spells from here. And the enemies who cannot attack from range will have to walk all the way around and get constantly attacked and harassed by the warlocks. So this is where the strategy part comes in, and this is, so therefore you have to cleverly make your dungeon layout. Let's go to the overworld, and this is where all the other players are and the enemies, your NPCs. Now, as you can see, this is the mountain I'm on right now, and there's an orange arrow going to this village right here. That means I'm raiding that village. I sent a level 10 orc there, and it will take quite a lot of time to get there. For example, at the moment it's going to take 24 minutes, and that's halfway through the journey. Alright, so over here in the mountain I'm in, you can see that there are other players here. For example, him and here, and this is me here, and I'm called the Flesh Carver. Yeah, I know, epic name. And this is my expansion dungeon. Okay, here we have the expansion dungeon, which you get by occupying an unclaimed dungeon. Also, you can conquer a dungeon that is already claimed, but that can only be done later in the game. Alright, here I have focused on getting resources, so therefore my defense is really bad. If someone attacks me, they can easily get all my stuff in this dungeon, but I don't care at the moment because I just started this game, so it's very unlikely for me to get attacked. And as you can see in expansion dungeon, you get different resources that you do not get in your starting dungeon. Alright, now let me show you. Oh yeah, here is the stores, and you can transfer your materials to your original dungeon. This is why having good amount of expansion dungeon is really good, as you can get resources that you cannot get in your starting dungeon. Right here, go. I'm just gonna ship them. Okay, now I'm going to show you a battle scene in Goblin Keeper. Now, sadly, in this game, you cannot control your creatures. For example, your orcs, it's automated. Everything is done for you, so you can only watch. Now, watching is really good because it shows how your dungeon layout worked. You know, what we want is this thing here. So obviously now we have to walk all the way around to get to it, and there's some enemies here. And I have my 3 orcs. One is level 10, and it should be an easy battle. But yes, battles are just for you to see how the battle went and how your dungeon layout worked. And obviously this means you can improve your dungeon layout if it was bad, and if you won the fight, you can still make your dungeon layout better. So yeah, nothing too interesting. It's gonna take time. So yeah, enough of that. Let's go back to my dungeon. Okay, what I'm planning to do with this game is make a video series on YouTube about me progressing through the game. Now, like Facebook games, you spend about 15 minutes per day in this game, just quickly upgrading and then checking it later. So it's gonna take quite a lot of time, so you will just see me in stages of what happened. Now these games get more interesting as you go on, so hopefully I can provide some good entertainment. Obviously I will need to work on my commentary first before I can provide any sort of entertainment. Well, this is it for now, and goodbye.